Well, as the name itself suggests, global smart mobility has become more smarter over the years. There's been a deeper level of penetration, high level of acceptance, and then penetration into different domains. We started with transport, today it has penetrated into home automation, energy, and then we see a huge scope and a huge opportunity there in the global smart mobility. And it's been growing, and then we are just seeing the tip of the iceberg. The growth that we are seeing is just the tip of the iceberg, and we project a huge growth across the globe for smart mobility. See, business strategies changing over the coming years, like obviously the change is the only constant that we see. So even in this case, whereas when you talk about automotive as an industry which is going to adapt IoT or telematics or smart mobility, there's going to be a lot of business strategies that are going to change over the years. But as you see today, car makers are no longer calling themselves as car makers. They are saying mobility solutions. So shared mobility, and then the whole strategy in terms of building solutions, building hardware that will support the smart mobility ecosystem is going to bring in a lot of radical change in the way we think in the design aspect of the vehicle, design aspect of any IoT related stuff. So there's going to be a paradigm shift in the way these people are going to talk about their business strategies. Well, India today, when we talk about design, develop, and make in India, I think IoT and smart mobility are going to be two critical factors that will drive the growth in India. So the whole concept of design and make in India and connected to the smart mobility sector, what we see is there's going to be a lot of work that is going to happen from the college level, where people are going to come up with different solutions, different what do you say, different offers, different offerings to the market. And India is going to be predominantly focused on building world class solutions for smart mobility. And this is what is going to grow smart mobility in India. Government is seriously thinking about it, and then in fact has put a deadline and a timeline for adoption of EVs in India is going to ensure that there is going to be adequate support. The thinking from the government level is on the right direction. It is for the industry to implement the right kind of ecosystem that will ensure that EVs come on the roads eventually. Well, iTriangle always has been IoT and mobility focused player right from day number one. And then what we also do is we try to give an entire ecosystem as a solution. It is not only a specific module of an ecosystem, it might be a software, it might be a hardware, it might be maintenance. So iTriangle positions itself as a complete ecosystem player in the field of smart mobility and telematics. And when we talk about connected ecosystem, we talk about the starting step of having a connected ecosystem is a device in every vehicle. So that is what iTriangle aims to do. We want to put a device in each and every vehicle, which will actually be the basis of this smart mobility ecosystem. Oh, wonderful! Actually, I have been this is my second participation in this event as a sponsor, as a participant, and as a delegate. What I definitely see is there's a distinct difference between most other events that anybody else does and what ETAuto does. It brings all the industry captains together. There's a lot of think tank that happens. There's a lot of deliberations that happen in the conference room. There is a lot of deliberations. There's a lot of networking, exchange of useful ideas which happen outside the conference rooms. It's a huge value addition to the industry, whatever you do.